Watch what's approaching, the supreme moment. Reality striking closer than it seems, don't it? Go ahead, it's for the taking if you want it. If not, the dream dies and you'll be forever haunted. Then confront it.
What's good? With all the new units coming out, it's definitely time to start testing out some of these new cards and see how they do. Of course, we'll start off with the TEQ Raditz unit, and I do have to say it's about damn time a really good top tier version of Raditz is out, because no disrespect to the intelligence free-to-play unit, it's certainly a good one with the ability for AoE attacks and whatnot, but this is just miles better. So we're going to go ahead and test it out on the Legendary Goku event and see how this unit does. As always, definitely make sure to like the video, and if you're new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe as well. So let's go ahead and talk about the unit itself. The good thing about this guy is leader skill for low class warriors, category key +3, HP attack and defense increase of 120%. So along with the upcoming transforming Super Saiyan Bardock unit as the new Dokkan Fest coming up or Saiyan Day, this guy is certainly a good secondary leader option. Now the super attack does have the Kaioken mechanic with the ability to raise attack. It also causes supreme damage to enemy with a high chance of stunning the enemy as well. Passive skill is also very good. Attack and defense increase 100%. Key +1 plus an additional attack and defense increase of 100% when facing only one enemy. Key +2 stuns the attacked enemy and reduces damage received by 50% when facing 2 or more enemies, and then plus an additional attack increase of 50% and high chance of performing a critical hit when there's a Goku's family or Namekian's category enemy. So quite a lot of stuff here, but a lot of abilities like damage mitigation, increases toward attack and defense, and whatnot, you know, key boost as well, stunning the enemy, all kinds of good stuff along with the super attack ability. So this guy is definitely a very top tier unit, and of course because this is the Legendary Goku event, he will get that boost from the Goku's family category enemies that he's facing. In terms of links, you're looking at Saiyan lineage, that's +1 key. Saiyan warrior race is 700 to attack. Coward is key +1. Brutal beatdown is 10% to attack. Nightmare is also attack increase of 10%. Prepare for battles key +2. And lastly, Fierce Battle is attack increase of 15%. Definitely a fair amount of good categories for this unit as well. Low class warrior, Pure Saiyan's Goku's family, and also Conquest of Terror. At 100% potential, you're looking at 13,254 for HP. Attack is 14,443. And defense is 10,142. 12 key multiplier is 140%. And again, this guy does have a lot of good skill sets built in. I think this unit will definitely be a major player in the Super Battle Road settings. Of course, with the extreme version of the Super Battle Road 10 stages that are going to be type specifics, this guy could definitely be very useful on the TEQ stage settings. Alright, so of course this is based on the Conquest of Terror setup. Honestly, this team is just, you know, very good as is because of the transforming cooler, but you do have units like the Turles unit, Kid Buu, Janemba, of course the second form Tech Cell that ended up getting the Dokkan Awaken is a very phenomenal support for the Extreme TEQ team as well. So basically it's not really a necessary unit, but because Raditz is also a TEQ unit, pretty much assume that this would be an ideal setup. At least have Cell as a rotational unit and just allow for Raditz to wreck shit basically, you know what I mean? So that is really what it comes down to. But again, regardless of all the showcases, when it comes to this particular event, Cooler is definitely going to be the one that shines the most, just because this guy is just ridiculously effective against the Pure Saiyans and Hyper Saiyans units. I mean, guaranteed crits with additionals. It's hard to surpass that, and quite honestly, he's definitely one of the best units to come out within the last year or so. So with that being said, do keep in mind that Cooler is going to be trying to quote unquote steal the show a little bit, but Raditz can definitely hold his own, and he's certainly a very good unit. And honestly, it's about time that the low class Saiyans category or low class warrior category finally did get some decent leader skills. I mean, you're looking at a pretty top tier leader skill setting with the transforming Super Saiyan Bardock. He provides both a category boost for that as well as a new revenge category. I've taken a brief look at the units listing within that revenge category. It's kind of like, it makes sense, but at the same time, it's a little bit all over the place. But it is what it is. At this point in time, Dokkan Battle is basically just introducing a lot of variety of categories that just sometimes can be a little bit all over the place a little bit. But either way, I think it's finally a good thing. It's a good thing that finally the low-class warriors finally got a good category lead for that. Of course, the free-to-play LR Team Bardock is going to be also very interesting as well. Because of the unique skill sets built in for each of the units that make up the team itself. Similar to the LR Ginyu Force team setup. With the 5 other Ginyu Force members, they're pretty much meant to complement each other, and they each have their unique skill sets in terms of functioning well overall as a team. So we'll definitely be seeing some testing coming up with that as well. The transforming Bardock definitely is a very, very cool looking unit, especially the transformations and super attack. A lot of good built-in skill sets as well. It's hard to describe the current meta of Dokkan Battle. It's just they're bringing in all sorts of different skill sets for each unit. Like basically, each unit has like a variety of different skill sets. It's not specific to like one type of orientation. So it's kind of a mix and match method right now, and we'll see what things are going forward. But at the end of the day, it's a good thing. I like units that have a variety of skill sets, and you don't necessarily have to force a unit on a team because they serve a certain purpose. While that can be entertaining and fun at times, you definitely lose the versatility and diversity of options. So I think obviously not everybody can summon like crazy and get every single unit to where they pretty much have an unlimited resource of team building. So the more units that have different skill sets available, I think it overall helps out the entire player base. So that's probably my take on it. Again, the Raditz unit is definitely very, very good, especially on this type of event where you're facing the Goku's family or Namekian's category enemy at some point, whether that's going to be on Super Battle Road or maybe even Infinite Dragon Ball History. We'll probably see a Namekian category specific stage for that. It's just a matter of when, you know what I mean? Like at some point we'll definitely see that. So of course, this guy will definitely do well in that sort of setting. You are looking at a pretty substantial amount of boosting you can get from this guy. Again, attack and defense increase of 100% is the base passive, and then you have different criteria based on the battle conditions. Like when you're facing one enemy, you'll get that key boost of 1, and then attack and defense increase of additional 100%. You'll have like another set of boosting where key +2 and stuns the attacked enemy, damage mitigation by 50%, stuff like that. So certainly a very, very interesting unit. I think along with that, again, this guy has the ability to raise attack with every super attack. So potential level wise, you definitely want to go. I would say 15, 11 would probably not be a bad idea, honestly. You can certainly go 9, 17 as well, but 15, 11 is probably the best distribution method. You can always use the equipment orbs now or skill orbs to increase the stats on certain areas too if you want to. But yeah, certainly overall, this guy is a very solid unit, and again, it's about damn time. I mean, it's I'm not knocking the free-to-play version, but this guy is just a league on his own compared to that one. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's about time. And I obviously with Saiyan Day, this guy is certainly a good choice for that. I was actually expecting, to be honest, I was expecting the Vegeta and Nappa type duo card at some point. Saiyan Day would have been a perfect time for that. But of course, you can't really jam pack everything all at once. So it is what it is. I do find it funny that a lot of the units that did come out on Legends recently are starting to pop up on Dokkan, but vice versa, a lot of the units that came on Dokkan Battle are also showing up on Legends. So it's like this friendly rivalry going on between the two mobile games. So, competition, healthy competition is always a good thing, as long as it's not, cannibalistic and, whatever, it's all good. So I'll pretty much leave it at that. I don't play Legends necessarily, so, I can't really give you my thoughts on it. I played it briefly, but, I can't really take time away from Dokkan Battle. That's pretty much the game I enjoy the most, so I kind of have to, keep at it and prioritize Dokkan over anything else. But again, back to this unit. Very solid on the Conquest of Terror team. I'm sure this guy will be fine on the low-class warrior with the Bardock lead. Even Pure Saiyans is fine. Goku's family obviously does pretty well also. I would say for this unit in particular, I'm not sure if Goku's family will be the best category for that, just because of the overall links. This guy has link skills like Coward, Brutal Beatdown, and Nightmare, so those are typically more oriented toward extreme type units, and you're better off on categories like Conquest of Terror or Pure Saiyans. Those are probably the ideal settings for that. Low class warrior certainly, I'm sure he'll do just fine. I think you'll probably come across the units available in that category a little bit limited compared to the other three. So that's probably my take on it. I'm sure with time they'll increase the amount of units available in the category, especially with finally a decent category lead for that. You would imagine they would end up expanding on it a little bit. So good times definitely ahead. 2020 has been kind of weird with all the real life events going on, but at least Dokkan Battle is still moving forward with introduction of new units or whatever. A lot of us are kind of kept indoors right now anyway, so a good way to stay occupied, I guess. Things are definitely a little bit crazy. I don't know, maybe somebody watching in the future, let's say for example like 2023, 24. If you're watching this at that point in time, maybe you're laughing about, oh yeah, I remember that crazy shit that happened back then. Glad we're not at that state. Or we might be in the doomsday apocalypse type setting. Who knows? I mean, I doubt it, but I certainly don't want to wish for that. But it is certainly an interesting time. But back to the Dokkan Battle with the Raditz setting. I think this really raises a good opportunity for, I'll put it to you this way, I love units that aren't as popular to become available as top tier units. That is certainly a very good thing. It gives you a variety of options instead of seeing the same card or same character over and over as another card. Obviously I get why they do that because they're very popular characters, but at the same time, it's really nice to see some of the dark horses, in the game become top tier. That's certainly a good thing in my books. And yeah, we'll see what the future holds in terms of like potential units coming out. The rest of 2020, moving forward past 2021, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I will close out by saying I was actually surprised that. I really was expecting the TEQ Mass Saiyan to end up getting the Easy Ave during Saiyan Day this year, but it doesn't look to be the case. Again, we'll see when that eventually happens, but there are a couple of units that still do have to get their Easy A's first, like the Intelligence Rage Trunks and whatnot. So we'll see what happens with that, but. Hopefully you did enjoy the showcase testing for the new TEQ Raditz unit on the Legendary Goku event. Very solid unit in my opinion. Certainly a phenomenal. Phenomenal might be too strong of a word, but very very good unit at the very least. So again, hopefully you guys enjoyed watching it. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys later. All right, peace out.